Now, our next guest, he doesn't need any elaborate introduction. No, because his name is a household name, and he might be the reason you are here. But to do that for me perfectly is one of our campaign coordinators, Mr. Armstrong. Issa, would you like to join me here? Put your hands together for Mr. Armstrong. How much did you score?
I actually didn't. I knew the response you were going to give. I didn't want to die, so I didn't
Better. Better. That's comedy grace theory. Don't calculate. Armstrong here. Armstrong has been with Honorable Kennedy Agyapong for a long time. He has been speaking for and on behalf of the Ken team. He knows him more than anybody in this room. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I present this microphone for Armstrong.
Thank you, Senior. A bigger round of applause for him. And ladies and gentlemen, much more bigger and louder round of applause for yourselves. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure to address the youth, the future leaders of the Republic of Ghana. And so, as I address you, I am being mindful that I'm addressing the future entrepreneurs, the future ministers, and the future president of the Republic of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, for the purposes of emphasis, I am addressing the future Kennedy or Hene Agyapongs in the room. Gentlemen, I've been called off stage here to introduce a man who does not need any introduction in any field. In business, he doesn't need any introduction. In politics, he doesn't need any. Every aspect of our life, he does not need any introduction. And this is taken from a story with us just recently. He was asked how you got to know Honorable Ken Agyapong, and his narration left all of us in tears. He said 15 years ago, he had an admission to the University of Cape Coast, but had no money to pay for the admission fees. So, desperate as he was, he decided to go to the Parliament House to seek sponsorship or scholarship from Honorable Ken Agyapong. For the first time in his life, he met Honorable Ken Agyapong, told him his requests, and Honorable Ken Agyapong looked him in the face, ladies and gentlemen, without any hesitation. Honorable Ken Agyapong dipped his hand in his pocket, brought out everything he had from his pocket, gave it to this young man to go and pay his fees. And then to keep the rest. Interestingly, today, that man is a PhD holder, a doctor, and he says that everything he is because of Honorable Ken Agyapong. There are thousands and one stories of this benevolence. This is the heart of the man you are about to listen to. He's a kind man, a kind businessman, and a good. Ladies and gentlemen, in the world of business, the keynote speaker, ladies and gentlemen, in the world of business, the keynote speaker is a highly successful businessman, a highly successful industrialist, a highly successful entrepreneur with over over 40 years of business experience. And his businesses stretch across almost every industry, every sector you can imagine. He has a strong presence in the media industry. We are being covered live and televised live by his media networks. He also has a very heavy presence in the manufacturing sector of the economy. Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker again has a massive business presence in the cold storage sector. And of course, the biggest cold store in Africa is owned by the next key speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, I am happy to announce to all of you that he employs over 7,000 Ghanaian youths across all the sectors of his companies, businesses. He's always driven by the passion to create wealth, to create job opportunities and employment opportunities for the youth of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, beyond business, you know very well that Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong, in terms of business, is a colossal brand and a household name with over 35 years of political experience. I am happy to inform you, you know already, that he's a founding member of the Dankwa Buzia Domo Club that gave birth to the New Patriotic Party some 34, 35 years ago. And also he is a founding member of our beloved New Patriotic Party. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Ken Ohene Agyapong has been a member of parliament for 24 solid, unbroken years for the good people of Asin Central. And so he is the immediate past member of parliament for Asin. In the year 2023, just 2-3 years ago, you remember, and it is not lost on me to remind all of us, that he contested for the flag bearership position of the New Patriotic Party and became second. A dream he has not abandoned. A dream he still holds on, hoping that one day he will win that highest office of the land for the general good of all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to finally say that inshallah, as stated in Hamburg chapter 2, verse 3, and it says, the vision awaits an appointed time, and it shall surely come to pass. This is a prophecy from Prophet Armstrong. Sir, put your hands together for me. Ladies and gentlemen, before they come in, I am happy to inform all of you that the keynote speaker is celebrated as the father for the fatherless. He's celebrated as the voice for the voiceless. He's celebrated as the hope for the hopeless. Celebrated as a compassionate philanthropist and a champion advocate for the vulnerable. He's not just a businessman. These are the identifiable tribute of the unique businessman we have. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready while we prepare to welcome him with a standing ovation. Let's welcome the esteemed Honorable Kennedy Agyapong.
Sammy walking now, you are doing around as I can't do me. I didn't know, Sammy walking now, you are doing around as I can't do me. I didn't know, Sammy walking now, you are doing around as I can't do me. I didn't know, Sammy walking now, you are doing around. Let me see, moo, 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 moo.
Thank you very much. Colleague speakers, faculty members of various institutions present, students from various institutions present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. Let me take this opportunity to thank all of you for spending time to hear what I have to say. Before I do that, I want to extend my congratulations to the organizers of this program. It is well attended with decorum. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak to the students. I've had intellectual discussions this afternoon. I'm tempted to do so, but both of the speakers made mention that I will be doing the practical works. But there are things in common that we have to share, whether it's academic or strictly business. Every individual here, I will share my personal experience with you. But let me do a few academic exercises here. And you see that the 10 questions the professor gave, I'll give you 5 acronyms. The acronyms, and you can answer the 10 questions. It's simply anybody who wants to do business must have a set of goals that he wants to achieve. And to do that, you need to do 5 things. It's called GOSPA. That's the acronym, GOSPA. GOSPA means goals, objectives, strategies, planning, and activities. If you want to be a businessman or entrepreneur, I see my good friend Kwame mixing entrepreneur and a businessman. There's difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. Our professor will tell you. But we are not here to argue. But I want you to get it clear that when we speak English, speak English. You are directed. So there's difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. And the 5 things, that's you set goals for yourself. Your goals, you should have objectives. Your objectives, you should have strategy. And the strategy, you should have plans. How you plan it and how you execute it is the activities. Again, there are 7 qualities of a leader, entrepreneur, or a businessman. Those are: 1, every entrepreneur, every businessman should have a vision. What is your vision? You know, Prof says something that I can argue. We are not here to do academic exercise. But I want to tell you, in life, research clearly indicates that the number that we claim that they are born entrepreneurs are insignificant, and therefore nobody is born an entrepreneur. It is how you perceive life. It's an individual dream, what you want to be or what you want to become. And how well you plan it and how well you dedicate your time and execute it, that will make you a different person among colleagues or peers. What are the qualities? The vision and the courage. The courage comes back to what Professor was saying, risk. You should have the courage to take risk. If you have fantastic idea and you are thinking or afraid to invest your savings, then you cannot be an entrepreneur. Therefore, you should have courage and take the risk. 3, integrity. Integrity. A successful leader, a successful businessman, a successful entrepreneur has to be honest and sincere in his dealings with everybody. Without that, I'm afraid your business will not thrive. And that is, I will dwell on that when I begin to tell you my life story. Humility is the fourth one. You have to be humble. When we are dealing with your workers, don't be bossy. Get everybody involved. Your relationship with them inspires them and gives them courage to work fervently in your favor. But you get to an institution or organization where the owner of the business have no respect for the workers, that business will not thrive. Although you brought the idea, you are the owner of the business, you have to be humble for your workers to accept you and work with happiness. That will grow your business. Every entrepreneur, every businessman, every leader should have a foresight. Foresight. Any person who has a foresight into a business thinks of the future and can see the future of the business and can make predictions. Because in a competitive world where we are all selling the same products, if you don't think of what is going to happen tomorrow, if you don't have the foresight to envisage what will happen tomorrow, your business will not thrive. Because products come and go. It changes all the time. How are you going to satisfy your customers? So you should have a foresight as to what you are going to do to your business. And cooperation is the last one. The 7 qualities of a businessman or entrepreneur or a leader is cooperation. Is somehow similar to humility. Anybody who is humble can incorporate all workers, the team from the top to the production line. You can organize them and effect changes and make profit. So these are 7 qualities of an entrepreneur. And also the gospel that I told you that you need to set goals for yourself. No, but before I start, share my personal experience with you. Clap for yourself. Students that have traveled far, University of Energy and Natural Resources, Kwame Nkrumah, University of Science and Technology, College of Health, Yamfo, University of Mines and Technology, and Catholic University of Ghana. Clap for yourself again. It tells you you are a dreamer. It tells you you have foresight. Today, I've performed 2 functions. In Agyapong, the politician, Akintampo, and I'm here in Agyapong, the businessman or the entrepreneur. Combination of both. Why I ask you to clap for yourself is that, 1, you want to better your life. That is why you've come here to listen to me, share experience with you, and if you can also incorporate that into your thinking or your vision. You have colleagues, students who are doing other things which they didn't You are here because you want to improve your life. Sorry, forgive me. Sunyang Technical University is present. Let's clap for them. So we have 6 tertiary institutions here. And I'll say you are doing right thing. You know what? You've heard of Agyapong. Agyapong was born into a poor home, a village that was not in the map, Agyapong, in Central Region. Those days, to go to secondary school, we call something common entrance. You have to pass before you can go to secondary school, SHS. A village boy from Agyapong. I went to Abisado College. Oh boy, yes. I went to Abisado College, and with my chop box and trunk, that time the road was bad, it was so dusty, prof. So when I got there, I could tell that this guy is a fool. My hair was brown, and eyelashes, everything. So one senior looked at me and called me, "Hey, come here." I went to him, and he asked me, "What is your name?" I said, Agyapong. "Where are you from?" No, I did not even say Agyapong. As for Agyapong, it's west. So I said, Asinfosu. He said, "Where is Asinfosu?" A foam. They were teasing me. In the classroom, you guys are lucky. I went to elementary school, what we call SAR7. 10 years elementary school before going to secondary school. To make one meaning. At the age 16, meanwhile, this time, I have a daughter who graduated from Johns Hopkins University at the age of 17. And that time, at age 17, I was in secondary form 2. So I was at the back. So any master who comes, like history master, maths, English, whatever, will first introduce himself and ask each of the students to introduce himself as well. So when it gets to me, I'm at the back there because I was tall. I have young boys. Some are 12, 13, 14, and I was 16, so you can imagine. And they were from preparatory school, Morning Star, Association, Radiant Way, Wine. I didn't know. I'm from Agyapong, LA Middle School. So the master who called, "Yes, the gentleman back there, what is your name?" And all the young ones would just turn and look at me and shout, "Agyapong, a foam, anu blofu cheme." They were laughing. But I had a purpose, and I knew why I was there. You know, I couldn't speak Ga well, and still I don't speak Ga well. But this one I understood. You know, you get Eziat and you visit girlfriend. They had Holy Child, Wesley Girls, Agri mix, National mix, and some will travel as far as Mfansimano to go and chase women. And when they come back, they tell their story, shaking all the body. Today, chicken for a sausage mole. Then they'll be talking. That time, I'll be washing seniors' clothes. I didn't have a chance. And again, you need a spotless white shirt to go to Holy Child or Wesley Girls to talk to a girl. I was from a poor family. How am I going to get that? So I didn't even bother. And even the English, when you meet the woman, you have to think of what you are going to say. You construct it in your head before you voice out. So I wouldn't bother at all. And we continue struggling. And here we are today. I can tell you, that poor boy from Asindom, I can proudly say that this time, there is nothing that will go on in Asado College that I will not be involved. God has done his part. I have also done my part. I'm giving you this background for you to know that all is not lost. There is hope. There is hope. And I said this at Pintampo. A man called Benjamin Franklin said, "Great hopes makes everything possible." Benjamin Franklin said, "Great hopes make everything possible." So you have to challenge yourself. Have hope, confidence. Say to yourself, what any man has done, what the white man has done, what Indian has done, I, mention your name, I can also do it. And that's the beginning of your entrepreneurship. When you begin to challenge yourself that all things are possible. And if Mr. A has done it, I, Mr. B, am capable. So you first need confidence, courage, no intimidation whatsoever. But in this world, if you succeed in business, first cardinal principle is hard work. Second, honesty. If you're a hard-working guy, what do I mean by hard work? We're going to complete our education here, and the standard hours for every business is 8 hours. You have a job, and 8 hours, you go home. The salary for 8 hours cannot make you survive with your new girlfriend or boyfriend. So what you have to do is to take another job, second job. If you're going to work another 4 hours, you save that money. So we come to the word savings. Typical example is here. You are here. Parents give you money to come to school. What you have to do is simply live a subsistent life and do not keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses, if you don't understand, the Joneses, if you don't understand what I mean by that, is that you might happen now, a poor boy like in Agyapong, God has blessed my children. If you see my children wearing Faragamo or Christian Louboutin, and you say to yourself, the lady is laughing here. Fendi, Chanel. Then you also say, oh, because Agyapong's daughter is wearing Ferragamo, I'm also going to buy Ferragamo. That is keeping up with the Joneses. You don't need that. Save your money. And no matter how small your income is, if you are not married and you are working, save 70% of your income. How are you going to do that? Especially, this goes to the women. The women, they always want freedom to get boyfriends. So after college, instead of staying with parents and saving money, because when you go out there, the most expensive thing you're going to do, that takes about 30% of your income is rent. So any lady who said that I want to go have my room or apartment, you are foregoing 30% savings. But when you move from your parents' house, you have to cough that 30% to pay your bill. So if you earn 1,000 cedis and your rent is 300, if you are staying with your parents, you don't want them to disrespect you. So at least you come home every month, you give them 100. You save 200 from rent. Now, if you leave home because you have a new job, you leave home, you are going to pay 30%, which is 300. And the rest of the income is 700. How much are you going to save? So it applies to the gentlemen too. I think I should have started with the guys. Or they want women. They are in a hurry to get girls. But if you don't save, trust me, if you don't have money, the women will come, they look at where you live, and they put up some attitude. It means you are nothing to write home about. You have to find another man. So you need to stay with parents for at least 5 years and save enough money before you move out. And that savings becomes your capital. A lawyer will tell you, I have my honorable member here, he's also a very good entrepreneur. Honorable Alfred Obin. Maybe he is quiet, I'm loud. That's why you don't hear his name, but he's really good. In life, to succeed in life, the most difficult thing to get is capital. That is why I'm stressing on savings. When you save and you have enough capital, or you have certain amount, you have a dream to establish a factory. Don't go big. Start the business small and grow it. And one day, you ask yourself, am I the same person? Because the first question people ask me, those who don't know me, ask, how did you make it? I told them, savings. I'm here to tell you my story, to encourage you, to inspire you, that you can be somebody. Say to yourself, I'll be somebody. I'll be somebody. Because if Agyapong, I was hawking on the street. Every vacation, my mother was selling on a table in front of Mr. Donko's shop. I'll go and collect some of the items on the board, go around and start shouting, going around. Yes, pick a chocolate, Tatra, Nazet, yes, raw. Yes, pick a chocolate, Tatra, Nazet, yes, raw. So what makes you think you cannot do it? A PK seller. I have Rolls Royce, I have Bentley, I have Maybach, I have all these cars packed. I don't even drive them. You can do it. Say, I can do it. I can do it. But not just saying you can do it, you can do it. A dint of hard work, honesty, ability to save. And when you accumulate capital, some people, Prof was describing, they are afraid to take risk. So the money will be sitting in the bank. Every month when they get their balance, they are so excited. They are not going to do well. You need to take risk and invest the capital. So investment, that's where you take the risk and you are different from other colleagues who are looking at their bank statements every month, thinking they have money, because they are comfortable to be civil servant for the rest of their lives. And I know those of you here don't want to be civil servants. That's why you are here to listen. You want to be owners of businesses. You want to be CEOs. You want to be captains and giants of industries. That is why you are here. And that makes you an exceptional human being. Clap for yourself. You know, you might not take it seriously, but go back to your dormitories, your homes, and reflect soberly all the nonsense the speakers we have said to you. And you see that in real life, it makes a lot of sense. So this is the beginning of your entrepreneurship. The practical experience. As for Prof is giving you the academics, I have a brilliant lawyer also giving me, and they force me only to be practical. But I can also do an academic exercise. God, you need to combine both to succeed. But what I'm telling you with my personal experience is not in the book anywhere. To succeed in life, put these things down. This side of the world, when you establish a business, know Jesus Christ anywhere. No family member anywhere. No ebusuapanyini anywhere. If you build your business alongside your family, you are bound to collapse. Our culture, what is different in this side of the world is our culture. Our culture does not help businesses here, because when you read books, the entrepreneurship, it tells you the first thing, when it strikes your mind that you have to fire your worker, don't go back, you have to fire him. But this side of the world, they will bring a pastor to come and beg. They will bring your mother, oh, Kwame, me started life. Rubbish. So I'm serious. Because businesses have collapsed because of our culture. You can go to Harvard You can go to Yale. You can go to any of the Ivy League schools. The culture and the mindset of Ghanaians, our attitude towards work is not taught over there. This you acquire through experience. That is why I'm sharing with you. If you want to be a different person, then please try and do away with culture. What we can do for your family is that you build your business, and when your mother needs money, put her on a salary and pay her just like you pay your workers. Your brother, pay him, same. Leave them out of your business because they will collapse your business, and you that toil to raise capital to establish the business. Anytime there's an issue at home, you are the first to be blamed and not the one who squandered your money. You, the builder, you are always at fault because family members think you are rich and therefore you are entitled. That entitlement is not in the books because a white man doesn't think you are entitled, and therefore if you make a mistake in his business, he's not going to fire you. He'll fire you. So you guys, the culture in this country does not help our businesses. One academic exercise that I forgot, let me go back to it. The challenges of you and all of us as Ghanaians is access to capital. And you are fortunate that Professor has a link to help some of you to get capital. Access to capital is our challenge in this country. Why do I say that? We can equally compete with Indians, Lebanese, Chinese, and every national. But we are not able to do it because they go for loans at a lower rate, between 4 to 5%, to come and establish business here. Whereas we Ghanaians go for a loan at a rate of 35% and up. How can you compete? I just took over a company. So the 7,000 now, first March, I'll add 300 workers to it. I took over a company. They do bottling, sacks, and all those things. I'm going to compete with Indians because they have monopolized that sector. They've monopolized that sector because of cheap loans, access to cheap loans. That's why they've dominated our economy. They get reasonable loans between 4 to 5%, come here and establish business, whereas Ghanaians, we take a loan with interest of 35%. How can you compete with a business or an organization or institution or whatever that has gone for a loan of 5%, and yours is 35%? That is why you see a lot of Ghanaians not doing well. And with time, inshallah, one day I'll change it. You know, so access to capital is our challenge that we need to address. Again, to succeed in life, young men, you have to be honest in your dealings. A lot of Ghanaian businesses are also not attracting partners because of dishonesty. Read my lips. I'm not afraid. I'll tell you the truth. Because of dishonesty, Ghanaian businesses are not attracting partners. Partners meaning strategic partners with money that can invest into our business, because we are not honest. Prof was telling us about partnership. With my experience, Prof, it's not easy to go into partnership with Ghanaians. They go out there, especially if you are a minority shareholder. The majority shareholder goes out there, oh, in Agyapong, on 20% depending, a whole lot of things. It doesn't encourage it. But if you want to succeed in life, the more serious note, you have to be honest in your dealings. For the past 3 weeks, I've been to Dubai 3 times to strike deals. I'm going to set up an ethanol factory. The amount involved is about $400 million, and therefore I need partners. I can't do it alone. But Prof, what is self-gratifying is that we are in a global world. What they do well is that before you get there to do or have a meeting with them, they have your profile. They have your profile. And when you sit there, they greet, they do everything, they know everything about you. They know who you are. So if you are not honest and you have duped some investors, it's there. If you are honest, now I've met 5 billionaires, not just a billion, nobody worth less than $10 billion, and they are willing to do business with me. Why? Because of honesty. I was owing a Chinese guy $5.8 million before election. He was worried. And one Chinese guy in Ghana here told him, as for Ken, he will never take your money. He will pay. And I've paid the money. That goodwill alone is money. When it's out there, black and white, that this man is honest and sincere, everybody is prepared to deal with you. So honesty in life, I call it honesty is success. Honesty is success. If you are honest with whoever you are dealing with, they can start you, maybe they'll be testing you. They give you credit. I'll give you one example. The new company that I bought, the Indian guy deals with 5 companies. I've gone to Dubai to meet 2 of them. The 3rd company was here. And 2 others are coming April to meet me. They were worried that the company is changing hands. But the Indian guy told them, no, that man is very honest. And they are happy to deal with me because they give credit of 90 days. I'll use their product for the manufacturing, and 90 days I pay them. And when I even check the cost, I laugh. Say, I can pay you cash. I don't need your credit. I can pay you cash. Because when I look at I just laugh. I can pay them cash. But as a good businessman, if I have that credit facility, I have to make good use of it. But I'm going to be sincere. So honesty is success. Then when you are investing, it comes to, Prof said, serial entrepreneur. Honestly, this investment My position was just social entrepreneur. I don't do charity work, but this time, when I entered the floor and saw Ghanaian workers, I just decided to buy it, just to keep the Ghanaian workers. And I've done exactly that. Normally, my business practice, I would have gone through all the books, although I've done that. Because of Ghanaian workers that I saw on the factory floor, factory hands, I just gave 50% of it. No, I gave him 70% of what he's asking for before I even started going into his books. I was not serious, I was not anything. This one was social. But trust me, I'll turn it around. So young men and women here, I know the place is hot. I'm talking too much. I would have given you a lot of details. But first thing you need is hard work. Second, savings. Third, the honesty comes before the savings. But savings come before honesty, because if you don't have the savings, you can't do anything. So hard work, savings, capital, investment, honesty. These 5 thematic areas, if you follow it, you excel. You'll be a different person among your peers. You should always have the drive. Ask me, how did you make it? And I'll tell you. Me, my success, I always turn my negatives to be positives or blessing. Because me, I succeeded in life because of women who disappointed me. I don't feel shy, I'll tell you. I had the brains, all right. Economics, and girls, they call vacation, employment, profit. When they come to my house, they become so disappointed and they leave. You know, so one day, a girl dogged me and I told her, Janet, one day I'll be somebody. You know, so I turned my negatives to be positives. And one day, it came to pass. I was in London, British Airways flight. Then I was at the first class. She was at the economy. And between the first class and the economy is the business class. So I didn't see her, honestly, but she saw me. And she wanted to come from the economy, go through business class, and come to first class. And they stopped there. But I didn't know. I came to the business class because I had a lot of friends there to chat. Then I saw somebody waving. I realized it was her. I went to her. Then she said, oh, I wanted to come to first class. And I said, Janet, have you forgotten the story about the rich man and the Lazarus? You are not coming from economy to business. You are jumping business to first class. It never worked. I told you, one day I'll be somebody. You know? So they dogged me, because I was from poor home. I said, I'm never going to be poor again. So I made sure I saved a lot of money. And it's possible. Now, let me tell you, in Germany, I was washing plates at a restaurant, and I had another job at the supermarket, ProMart. When I went to America, I was working at Zaro Bakery. Then I got a job at Gasoteria, filling station, gas station you call. I was able to do the two jobs, Zaro Bakery and Sitco gas station. And the Sitco gas station, I start 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., Monday to Thursday. Then Friday, 10 p.m. till Monday morning. And I was making $285 from gas station and $120 from my main job, which is the bakery. But a combination of the two, a guy with no green card that time, making 400 and change was a lot of money. That time, the Ghanaians who were citizens were working at hotels, Waldorf Astoria, Hilton, and all those things. And sometimes they come back home 8 hours drinking Old English, Core 45, Budweiser, and all those things. That time when they were drinking Budweiser and all the cold drinks, I was working at the gas station. I saved money and I bought my first taxi. And that taxi, every day, I saved $100. Every month, I made sure I saved $3,000. That time. Then I'll go and buy another used car, partition it, because if you don't do that, somebody will kill you, bulletproof. Then insurance, everything, $3,000. And I'll give it to another driver and demand $40 a day. In 8 months, in 7 months, I had 8 taxis. And 7 taxis, they were paying $280 a week, multiplied by 7. And I was saving $100 a day, 30 days, $3,000. That's where I bought my first house for my mother at East Legon, Ambassadoria Enclave. You know, I challenged myself. I didn't look back. I didn't say that I was born and bred into a poor home and therefore it was not possible. I challenged myself and said to myself, it is possible. What any man has done, I can in Japan can do it too. And here we are today. So I'm not shy to tell you where I'm coming from. I'm saying this to inspire you that all is not lost. I look at your faces and you guys are lucky in life because you are very young. I went to Fordham University at the age of 33. And when I was going to Fordham University, I had $1,145,000 in my account. And I have built on it till today. So I'm sharing this with you to encourage you that all things are possible. If you put your mind to it, you put in dedication, commitment, work hard, save money, you can postpone the saving, today's expenditure for tomorrow. Okay? Because that is where I argue with the keeping up with the Joneses, buying this and that. I was staying, this is the last example I'm giving you, in the Bronx. We were 4 gentlemen staying in 1-bedroom apartment. And that 1-bedroom apartment, meaning a living room and a bedroom. In fact, the owner of that apartment is from Dumosia, here. I won't mention because they are very popular. And 4 guys were staying there. But they locked the bedroom because the owner had a water bed. That time it was big deal, water bed in the room. So he didn't allow us to sleep there. So 4 guys who were in the living room sleeping in couch there. Then Sundays, Friday evening, the owner of the hotel, his brother, was having about 8 limousines that time, who come to the apartment with a beautiful black American girl. Then they all high, they are on cocaine. So you can imagine when they are having sex, you could hear them. I'm giving you practical experience. You guys think, oh, can Agyapong started and that's it? No, I've gone through hell. Then whatever they were doing, you could hear. Sometimes, Prof, you think your colleagues are sleeping, but when the noise going on, one will get up and go to the bathroom. So they all decided to go and rent their place. And listen, because I have 2 jobs, I was paying 50% of the rent for the 3 guys also to pay 50%. When they decided to go and rent their place, they were paying full amount. And meanwhile, I connected them to bakery, the bakery, Zaro Bakery, and they were making 120. Because they want girlfriends, it costs them a lot of money. So freedom is expensive. And these guys, when they left, one guy gossiped and said, oh, Kwame dear, we don't know what Tommy is doing. He can't move from the place. He's cheap. Meanwhile, the apartment, our neighborhood was far better than where they come to rent. But this is what he said. And I told the man who told me what my roommate said. I said, go and tell him, the day I move from this apartment, I will not be going into an apartment. I'll go to my own home. And I did exactly that. Moving from 740 178th Street straight to Commonwealth Avenue, 624 Commonwealth Avenue. At the age of 28, 1988, I bought a house, 624 Commonwealth Avenue, $220,000, and I gave a deposit of $69,000. My house was next to Jennifer Lopez's mother. They were 622 Commonwealth, and I was 624 Commonwealth. You see, those colleagues who left because of women and the partners we want. Today, I have over 200 houses. Sometimes, when I'm going, I have to call my cousin Da Costa to go and show me. Yeah, he knows everything, you know. So I'll go. One day, a doctor wanted to rent my place at Race Junction. I went there about 2 hours. I couldn't find the house. So I had to call Da Costa. You see, that poor boy from Asindon, through dint of hard work and seriousness and sacrifices in life, here we are today, sharing my story with intellectuals like you. Say you can do it too. And one day, I'll be somebody. One day, I'll be somebody. Thank you very much.
Speed and rope. You know, anyway, Honorable, thank you so much. But my take home is what we call the gospel. He mentioned the gospel. The G is what? Goal. The O is what? Objective. The P? Aha. You are brilliant. A round of applause for yourself. Yes, it means that you've been able to memorize everything here. We thank you so much. And you also talk about discipline, hard work, resilience, savings, capital, and investment, and above all, honesty. Now, he said honesty is success. You didn't be there to be in the crowd today here, you know. Honesty is success. Thank you. And I'm glad that you listen so well. And these are not just literature. These are not just words. If you're able to practicalize them, one day you shall be somebody. Now, Honorable came along with a huge team. Now, Armstrong was supposed to do that for me, but we also have here Honorable Alfred Obin Boateng. He is the Member of Parliament for Bibiani Area Bekwai. Oh, no, I said that because, you know, I'm going to say something again. All right. He said I should call him the former Member of Parliament for Bibiani Area Bekwai. But we know that 2028, he is coming back because one day he shall be somebody again. Okay. Now, I've seen so many familiar faces here. I've already told you about Gaji, who actually passed the exams by taking the exam 3 times. I have my brother here, lawyer Ohinijan, and Mr. Brefo. I don't know how many of you have heard a place called Sapphire Gardens. Sapphire Gardens is in Kumasi, Adasama. So he is the founder and the chief executive of Sapphire Gardens. I believe that this Easter, he has Easter in the Park at Sapphire Gardens. He has been a loyal friend to Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. And so a round of applause for my good friend, Bro. And then, you said? Oh, they say rise up. Okay. Yeah. He's a fine boy. And then we have a prince from the Dagbon land. He's the prince of Yana. Distinguished ladies, you'll put your hands together for the prince. And I have the immediate past deputy CEO of Nasia, Mr. Kweku Apia Mensah. Thank you so much, Mr. Kweku Apia Mensah. Overland here, Benny. The ice and sla. Now, what did I say? Yeah. I won't more. Today, I go to July. No. I said, don't before the time goes through. So, we are gradually come to the whole caboodle of this event. And we would like to invite a few personalities to share their experience with us. I remember when we came here, I think last year or last 3 years, there was a gentleman who shared a story about his level of honesty. And he shared that in Chi, and he said, you see, it did no crack. Yeah, na system no MYA MAE did no crack. Now, no electrician. Obia Bagaho Yani, a department, the Bacrossy office can be, and Kao, not and for mano. Also, Oyasa, officer, and yet, but Wanyan Soa, a Jumanos, Uanya, and Titembiano, a Hanum. I am for but a Hanum. So sometimes it's easy for you to be honest in an environment like this, but try as much as possible to be honest, because as Honorable said, honesty pays, and honesty is success. I won't find your way. The work getting I'm moving in a am I? Okay. And now I would like to invite Mr. Aduchum Berima to give us the vote of thanks. Indeed, we have been live on several platforms. The Kansas City media, the entire Kansas City media is here. We have Oman FM, we have Net2, and we have Ash FM, and NAP Radio Integrity, okay, Asin Fosu, and then all the social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, and now X. So if you want to play back, you can go to Net2 on YouTube or Oman FM on YouTube, and you have a playback of what happened here. So thank you so much. And I've seen my brother, Honorable George Sapon, also here. Where push us together. The primaries, he had wanted to go to Parliament. Then it's because we're honorable in them. We're honorable now, too late. By Shiala, 2028, he will become a member of Parliament. Now, no, hold it. I have my testimony. I have my honorable, I don't want to share that story, but we have a term called filet mignon. The filet mignon is a particular meat, and we visited him in his residence in New Jersey. And he said, oh, I'm from town. Then we went to a restaurant. I'm telling you, I want the menu, somebody menu, but I said, figures this anymore. Now we got lawyers. Now on journal will see anymore. That's can all to know for my end. Because I can Kitaya. I bring them there. You know, and we over here. I don't know. It be $300, $250. I want my wine be. Now why did they quite champions do? And I was honorable. Pia Chianti Riga now out TD if you hair price now, I was honorable. Must get yo. And that was it was yo, and I told them good. The wine was good, the ambience was excellent, the food, and try some filet mignon. Say that me, filet? Unya use better how? Just be unya use better, you know we get filet mignon. Anytime that you travel outside the country, try filet mignon. That was my choice. And that has been a memorable experience. And I can tell you, that alone, now, do we have a personal experience to share with us? That's the last moment of this whole enterprise. Those you hear me, who was the maker? Okay, brah. Oh, okay. So, this testimony and experience. Your name again?
I'm Keynes, Dr. Paul Keynes, a lecturer at the Department of Environmental Management. Thank you so much, Honorable Ghana's Paul Kigami. In fact, I'm a pastor, I don't need to campaign, but I even stand on pulpit and preach that if you want somebody who will save Ghana, God has revealed to me. No, I'm not just, those who know me, I'm not like a Kennedy. And I said a lot of things to Prof Mafu before the presidential primaries, and everything has, and whatever the election went is for because of what Honorable Ken, because now everything is in courts, and he is Ghana's what Paul Kagame, and he's the one to save Ghana, whether you like it or not. So let's pray. He is the hope for us. I'm telling you, all people we have in this nation now, the only one who can help the nation, the youth and everybody is Ken. So let's pray for strength and good health from the Lord for him. That is all that we need. And it's Ghana who Honorable King, who is to rescue Ghana. I'll just share my life story as my students know it. And I've been teaching sometimes more than 100 students, and I'm a pastor. I speak against my bed. But the only thing sometimes I want to challenge my students is I want to place my life there, and any student also come. Anyone who beats me, I'll bet, and none of my students has been able to beat me because we go a challenge, and then I can do it. Nobody can say, but the grace of God, where I am now, because I didn't see my father because we were in a village. My father died when I was less than 2 years. I attended school. I attended school when I was 10 years, and a village school. Every Friday you have to go and what? Vocational skills, weaving baskets, and then other things. Please listen. I hope you, basket weaving and other things. And Honorable said so many things that and I always wanted to serve. So, village school, you have to go on what? Help your teachers in the farm. And even during vacation, I'll go and help the teachers. While we are in school, I'm also helping the teachers. So as a result of that, when I finished JHS, there was no hope for me. But because of that help that I was helping my teacher, then one of the teachers decided to take me to come and stay with him. He has laborers. I was working with them with the laborers. I got my school, village school, I was the third batch of the SHS. The first batch, the best grade was aggregate 17. The second batch, the best grade was 27. But by the grace of God, I got grade 6 with 7 ones from that village. Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then I have to, one of the teachers had to use his cocoa, CMB, cocoa scholarship. But when I got the scholarship, even to get a house at her and then to move to the boarding house, it had to take me about 2 months. And for the entire of my boarding house, I'm a pastor, and one of my first principles never to lie, those I've told. I never take 1 cup of gari or sugar to school. Never in my life. I was just there in the school. I completed, and in the village, everything. That's why I challenge, because my corp is still paying. I've Nsua, Kenten, everything village. That is what we depend on. By the grace of God, now I'm an entrepreneur. After school, to cut everything short, after university, God placed something in my heart that if you want to be rich, you have to work on your own. You have to be an entrepreneur. So you know what I did when I was doing my service? I was doing it at the Forestry Commission. I was helping timber contracts. They were tipping me small money. And then the talk came to me. I rented somebody's poultry structure, and I started poultry. So right after the service, I never worked for anybody. Then I employed one body, and I was doing the job, pushing drug in offense. So, and people were calling me University Bear Poultry, but I didn't mind. But I did the poultry and everything. By the grace of God, now I own over 30,000 bears. And what I gain from poultry now I'm teaching. By teaching is just my hobby. It's not about the money. That's why I'm teaching as a lecturer. I didn't money because by the grace of God, I'm not saying I get almost 10 times what I get from what as a lecturer I get from the poultry. And God has blessed me so much, family and everything. And in all this, I also honest. How to combine everything with honesty. So just as Honorable said, the future president said, you have to be honest and you have to sacrifice in life. You need to sacrifice. Some of you have your capital in your rooms, your shoes, your outfit can be your capital now. You can save it, invest, and then in future. And I ask people, if you want to successful in life, I ask my students, how do you see money? Do you see money as fruit or seed? Anyone who see money as fruit will be poor. Always see money as seed. Whatever money that you get, sow it, and once you sow it, you give more fruit. You eat some, you plant and you cultivate, and become a millionaire. Thank you so much.
I believe that one of these days, the Skill Force Ghana should organize a special symposium for you. You and you alone. You have a lot to share with us. So thank you so much. Now, how many of you have heard a series called Approachers Series? How many of you read Approachers Series? How many of you were able to pass your exams because of Approachers Series? The man who developed the Approachers Series is here. Shall we welcome Honorable Alfred Obeng?
Honorable and other dignitaries. Yeah, students, I just want to pick two areas that our main speaker touched and share my personal testimony on that. The honesty thing that he said, perhaps some of you may just see that honesty, how does it work? I want to give you a typical example in my own life. And fortunately, my marketing manager is here. Mr. Agyapong was my marketing manager when he used to work at Approachers. There's no time to talk, but if you want to talk, you further put what Honorable said into more practical even than how he put it, because my testimony that I'll share will, give more practicality to it. You're a student. I started Approachers when I was a student. So the sacrifices, when you were doing national service, my colleagues were chasing girls, they were dressing, they were doing something. I was always at the library writing Approachers series. And when I wrote the book, I couldn't get money to publish it. Now he talked about seed capital or capital. How do you get the capital? You can get it from relatives, you can get it from friends, you can get it from several sources. But it's difficult to get. So when I got to the university, first year, he was my mate, just that we went through Saito and O system, Form 5, 6 form, and they went for the SS. So we were older than them, but we were the same, class. So when you go to the university, how do I get the manuscript typed? Then I use a lady at the science and computer science and mathematics department to do it. How could I pay her was a problem. So my student loan, I don't know whether you are still getting it. The student loan that when you get it, it's a peanut. At the time it was a peanut. But that is that was my capital. And I use my wisdom to convince my friends to give part of their students' loan to me as loan. And how could they have that confidence in me? Your own first year student, I give my loan to you. Then I brought my manuscript. Look, I've written Approachers Series. This is the name of my book. And the content is so perfect that when this book gets to the market, every science student, every science teacher will recommend it. So please give me. And when the money comes, I will definitely pay you and continue to support you. So Raymond Kwesi, who after school, he died, unfortunately, and other friends. At that time, forgotten the money you were getting. But almost everybody, about 5 friends that I spoke to, they all divided their loan into 2 and gave 50% to me to add to mine to do the first publication.
and I started with 50 copies. And when we did the manuscript and other things, the money I got from them, everything got finished. So I got to University Printing Press. And fortunately for me, when I was looking for them, somebody saw me, so one mistakenly, they thought he was my brother, because we look alike. So they quickly went for him, saying, your brother has come. So I was a bit confused. So he came and I started telling him my story, that I want them to print this book for me, but I don't have money. And that. He said, one guy who is also from a same area, forgotten his name, he was doing civil engineering, the same Unity Hall. He said he printed some for him, he has been doing for students. And the guy was so dishonest that he didn't pay the money anytime he was going to chase him. We saw him as soon as he see him from the window, then he ran away. So for that reason, he was not ready to say, I'm a different person. I can't do that. Then I convinced him. Maybe by God's grace, he understood me. So, okay, I'll do it for you. But what I'll do is that I'm going to print the 50 copies and give you 25. When you go and sell the 25 and bring it, then you come and take the next 25, then you take it from there. So I said, no problem. Because I knew I'm an honest person, I'll pay. So he did it and gave me the 25 books. So Friday, we were not attending lectures on Fridays. So Friday early morning, I got my 25 books. I didn't go to any school. The first school I went, that is why I hold this man with high esteem, was Asimfosu, his hometown there. And the man, the headmaster I met, he was his teacher. And the man received me nicely. He gave the books. He looked at me. I was smallish at that time, very tiny guy. So maybe because of my structure, he has some doubt with the content of the book. And I said, but you have your science teachers there. Just give the book to them to go through. And no teacher would not recommend the book. So he gave it to him. We were sitting in his office. The science teacher took the book, came in about 1 hour and told him that the book is perfect, excellent. So if we get this book for our children, for the first time, some of our students will get A in the core science. That time it was core science before it became integrated science. He said, so you have only 25. Then the teacher told him, we need 500 books. Wow. When I was going, my bag that I was holding, if you see it, so the bag, you see, at that time, things were not good for me. So, you see the dress and everything. That's why the man perhaps even had a doubt with the content of my book. So I said, okay, he said, pay the 25 of me, so I have another 25 there. I will quickly go and pay the printer and come and deliver it. Then later, I'll get the 450 top up. It's, you go and bring it. So when I go, then I narrated the story to him. He understood it and said, okay, best I pay him this. Then he paid. Quickly, I went to Mr. Henry at the University Printing Press and I paid the 25, the first 25 books, and even the one that I was going to collect, because the 25, when they paid, I could pay for the 50 and even get extra money. Then I told him that the people need additional 450. So he should print 500 books for me, and the 500 too, I'll come and take half. When I go, I'll collect the money and for him to see how sincere and honest I was. Then he said, really? They bought all the book. I said, hey, then the book will be a very good. I said, yes, I trust the content. Then the man agreed, took the 25, went, collect the money. He printed the 450. So the 25 extra, the additional 25, even gave the money to him before collecting the 250. And he said, what you have done, I can see you are a sincere person. So even collect all the 450 and send it to the man. So I sent it to the man. And when I got the money, I put the money in a bag, put it in my armpit. And when I was walking, you could see that, yes, was so careful with my workings because I had not seen such money before in my life. So, and I was so cautious. He knows all these stories. So, first year, the university, from that time, in the same month, they went for Charles conference. And then, fortunately, they wrote their SSC exams. And for the first time, that time, course science and they were very difficult course. Teachers could not, especially the test of practical aspect. And they got 3 A's. So the man told me he would be my agent in Central Region. So he went to convince all the schools in Central Region to patronize in Approaches series. So the book within 1-2 years became household name. Then he joined me in the company. At that time, it was not officially, but he became a friend. So he was also marketing it in the Ashanti region, others in other regions. So after school, before school, I had set up my company. He even did national service, not him alone, and another friend who also completed Legon with business administration. So all of us, we did our national service in my company. So these are practical. You see that the entrepreneurship, of course, as I say, you have a few ones that they have that inborn entrepreneurship skills and qualities. But in all to everything, the honesty aspect also counts. The company grew to a point that I was in America one time doing American bar examination, and we had got a contract. They needed to give us loan of $4.5 million. That time, UT Bank has to do it. I was not in the country to sign as a CEO. So which bank will give you loan when even the CEO is not there to sign? And Moses was their branch manager. Then Mr. Amwaben, they told him that this is the request from Alfred. He said, approach us. He said, ask for him. Do it for him. The guy is so honest that he says he started collecting loan from us. Even if he's about to default, he's the only person who say he will write a letter, explain why you should give him 1 month extra. Whereas others, when they even default, they won't even come and tell you. When you are going to them, they will be even running away. You won't see them. When I was about to default loan, I would rather write a letter to them, explain the circumstances leading to that. So because of my honesty, they trusted me so much to even get 4.5 million cedis loan when I was not there to even do or to sign the loan form. So this and many more, I'm sure one day you will come and do more.
All right, we thank you, Honorable Alfred Obin, the founder and the CEO of Approaches series. If you pass it somewhere, you pass it well, you have to give the credit to the founder and the CEO. Now, I would like to invite the TESCON UNER members here. They want to give Honorable a very special citation. So the members are here. TESCON members from UNER. And my good friend Nelson Amwa is here. The rest of you, okay? No, you all should come. Yes. And then turn around. Now, one again. Oh.
Citation in honor of Honorable Kenneth Ohene Agyapong, former Asen Central MP. We, the members of TESCON, are honored to recognize your outstanding contribution to the political landscape of our country. Your tireless effort, unwavering dedication, and unrelenting passion for creating positive change have left an indelible mark on this country. Your leadership and vision have inspired countless individuals to become active participants in the democratic process, fostering a culture of engagement, transparency, and accountability. Your commitment to the betterment of the society is a testament to your exceptional character and unwavering resolve. We salute you for your remarkable achievement and honor you for your selfless service to our community. May your example continue to inspire future generations of leaders and change makers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. I want to say a big thank you to you and TESCON. I know you are discouraged and despair because you've been neglected for a while. I want to give you assurance that I told today Kintampo Health, Allied Health and Women, that TESCON is a rebirth now. I'm assuring you that any programs that you do, if you inform me, I'll always come and grace the occasion. I'll come and grace the occasion for you. And what I'll say to you is, you don't have to give up. Let's strike hard when the iron is hot. And with perseverance, we will achieve wonders. Whatever has happened, has happened. Let's put it behind us and forge ahead. We can forge ahead only when we are united. So I want us to stay united and stay focused. If we are able to do this, we will achieve wonders. So this time, I'll be a patron to TESCON and make sure whatever happened years ago will not be repeated. Because you are seen as disciples of MPP. You go out there and propagate the visions and aspirations of our party. But unfortunately, you were neglected. I want to assure you, at this time, Agyapong, you have my full support. Thank you very much.
All right, we thank you very much. TESCON, go back and go and work very hard. Honorable Kennedy Agyapong, we thank you so much as well. We are coming to the full closure of this event. But I need to remind the students here that Professor Mafo says there will be item 13. There will be item 13. But this event has also been put together by the general manager of Ken City Media. He was a former spokesperson for Honorable Ken. We give it up to Lawyer Kweku Amo Date, also here with us. Lawyer, thank you very much for the coordination. And I invite Adichum to give us the vote of thanks.
All right, so I think there's nothing to be said after everything has been said. So I'll go straight. So I first of all thank the Almighty God for granting us the time and space to have this program successfully. I thank the organizers, and I also thank our speakers, Mr. Kobe ESK, Prof. Mafo, Honorable Ken Agyapong, all the media partners, the STU, Catholic University, UNED students, amiable lecturers, and also the Hunters clan, the former Honorable Minister and Ambassador, and everyone who graced this occasion today. As we are going out, let's always remember that one day we will be somebody. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much. In a prelude to a movie called The Lion's King, there's a statement from King Mufasa to Simba. And he said, everything you see exists together in a delicate balance. And you need to understand that balance and respect all the creatures, from the crawling ants to the leaping antelope, because we are all connected in that great circle of life. This evening, we have been connected by the grace and the wisdom of Honorable Kennedy Agyapong. Another round of applause. I call my lovely lady to give us a closing prayer.
Please, can we be outstanding? Father Lord, we thank you this evening once again. We thank you for bringing us to the close of the program. We pray that whatever that we've listened, whatever that we've heard, Lord, let it be a good impact on our life, and at the end, glory and honor be given to you. We thank you, Lord, for your mercies. Amen.